The biggest mistake Big Brother players make isn't being too aggressive. It's believing they're safe. Now, what's the problem with that? No one is going to tell you when you are actually in danger. And I think this is one of the biggest psychological mistakes players make every single season. And I'm tired of it, honestly. One thing I've noticed over the years is that players expect danger to feel dangerous. And they think someone will warn them. Their alliance might tell them the house will start acting differently. Some kind of alarm will go off if they're in trouble. But Big Brother just does not work that way. If someone wants you out, the entire goal is for you not to know that. If they're playing well, the conversations are happening in rooms you're not going to be in. The votes are going to be counted without you. And your name is being brought up while you're sitting outside thinking everything is fine. By the time you realize you're in danger, it's too late. You're on your way out already. Now, the interesting part is that this isn't because players are bad at the game. They usually are, but that's not the only reason. It's because they are human. Our brains naturally assume that if nothing feels wrong, then everything must be okay. If the HOH isn't targeting us, if nobody is openly throwing out our name, if our alliance is still talking to us, we're probably good. We tell ourselves we're safe. But safety and comfort are not the same thing. In Big Brother, you can feel incredibly comfortable, but your position in the game is quietly getting worse by the minute. Now, right now, we're only in week 1 of BB28. We haven't had any massive blindsides yet or anything like that. But what I think is interesting is that there's already conversations being had by people like Rome, Lyric, Jason, pretty much the entire house at this point, all feeling like they're pretty safe and don't need to win HOH next week because they don't want to get blood on their hands. And to be clear, I'm not saying those people are wrong, per se. You know, someone like Rome might actually be in a great position. That's definitely not my point. My point is, listen to the assumption behind what they are saying when they say this. Rome and the others are making a decision based on how safe they feel today. But Big Brother changes overnight. It can change in half a day. A single conversation, a new alliance, someone deciding, hey, this person's a little bit too connected. That's literally all it takes for things to change. The danger is assuming tomorrow will look just like today in the BB house. The house doesn't have an alarm system. This is the biggest misconception players have. They act like the house has an alarm system because, or like someone is going to say something to really save them, like pull them aside and make them realize it. Or someone might say like, hey, just want to let you know, everyone's talking about voting you out. That rarely happens. If you happen to be in a good alliance, yeah, maybe sometimes it does. But it rarely happens. If someone is making a huge push against you and they're playing well, why would they tell you? Why would someone want to risk you potentially staying in the game? Their whole point is getting to the end. They probably realize you're a threat too. They wouldn't. They're going to have those conversations without you. They're going to count the votes without you. They're going to make sure you stay comfortable. That's the whole point. You need to feel safe so we can take you out. The last thing these people want you to realize is that you suddenly need to win a veto and you're trying 10 times harder than you would have, or you're going to really try and get HOH this week. Like I said, no one is going to announce that you're in danger. The best players, if you're playing well, they don't assume they're safe. They assume that safety and their safety will have an expiration date. Instead of asking, like, hey, am I safe? Can I trust those people around me? Will they protect me? They're constantly asking what changed. And they're thinking, like, hey, who's talking to me less today? Who's acting a little vague, not giving me as many details as they used to? Who stopped inviting me into these conversations? Who's spending more time with someone else? Who seems just a little bit different than they did yesterday? Those are the tiny questions, or those are the tiny changes, feelings that actually usually mean more than you feeling safe or people telling you you're safe. We even saw this recently with Jason where he was like, Angela's acting a little bit different today than she was yesterday. Those are actually the feelings you should trust versus all the other random BS that comes to your head. Or when someone just says, don't worry, you're good. No, you're probably not. Keep working. Because the players who are actually running the game rarely want you to know they're running it. So here's what I want everyone watching, and what I want everyone to watch for this season to pay very close attention to. Every time someone says, I'm good, I'm safe, I don't need to win, ask yourself one question. How do they actually know? Not how they feel, but how do they know they're safe? Not what someone told them 2 days ago, but how do they still know is true now? Because Big Brother is a game where positions change incredibly fast, and the ones who usually win it aren't the ones who feel the safest for the longest. They're the ones who keep acting like safety has to be earned every single week. And I have a feeling that this season we're going to see exactly what happens when someone forgets that. Hey, if you enjoyed the little Big Brother psychology breakdown, let me know what concept you'd like me to do next. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to. If you're enjoying the content, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, y'all.